Oh Lord, is this another soul for us to save?
Hello and welcome to the Arknights PC client. We have been waiting a very long time for this, and I wanted to do a video on it. Not that I really know what to show in this, because it's Arknights. It's Arknights on a dedicated PC client rather than the I've been using the BlueStacks emulator this whole time. So I thought basically I would do a bit of a review, I guess. Sort of go through, say hi to Exusier, and just see how it compares performance and visual wise. So first thing to note is that OBS doesn't seem to entirely like it. Like normally I try and record on this is going to be a bit into it, I guess, but normally I try and record on like a game capture. So most games can be sort of locked onto, so it only captures that, and if for whatever reason the game closes, it doesn't, continue to record my screen. This doesn't allow that. I'm having to do this on display capture, so that's the thing. I don't know why it appears in the list, it just doesn't record it. So when I switch over to it, it's just a black screen and the audio stops, and it is on the right one. So, oh, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. So yeah, I don't know why that happens. It's odd, but anyway. The sound settings are pretty much the same as they were. The game settings are also pretty much the same. I did turn down the cursor size because I think it's 1 by default and it's just weird and huge. It's like the hand that like Priestess uses in some of the levels. So yeah, I turned that all the way down. Can make it all the way bigger. But I don't really like the cursor. I would love an option to change the cursor to just a mouse pointer rather than a weird skeletal metal hand, which I'm not really a fan of. Anyway, yeah, you can now take it up to 120 FPS. Turn VSync off, actually. You can resize the UI, not by much, by like 10% up to maximum, so I've got it on the minimum because it's a pretty big screen. And that's the game settings. Everything else is pretty much the same as it was. Notifications, I think, are also the same. I don't know if this Originite Prime total button was here before. It seems like a really weird button because it just tells you what's in the top right corner on the main screen. But there are now customizable keys, so I've actually set them back to what they were for BlueStacks just because they're the ones I know. So yeah, these are different, like the battle speed and the pause and abandon and stuff are different buttons normally. So the most obvious immediate thing is that the UI moves. I am okay with this, like it's a bit of dynamism. I think there should be an option to disable that because, like, I feel like that might give people some issues. Yeah. But the interesting to note, everything freezes when you, like, go into one of these, it just stops still. So let's see how it looks with a 3D animated one, not 3D, 2D animated one. But yeah, it looks good. The stuff at the back is a bit pixelated, like on that gun. But the actual art for this, for her, not this, her, for W, looks really good, really crisp. So I'm quite impressed with that because it's sort of a bit hard to see this stuff. Like, I don't know who of you who normally play on mobile. I rarely ever do. So I'm not really used to seeing them in tiny resolution. But even on the BlueStacks one, I don't think it ever looked quite this good. All of this is pretty fluid.
I'll teach you to whistle Mother's Melody.
One moment. So I just had to go and turn down the voice volume. I don't love the voice acting in this game. So yeah, that was bugging me a bit. But yes, normally I have it completely muted, you see, but for this video. But yes, similarly with the main menu, sort of a bit of screen tearing or something. That might be because I turned VSync off. Actually, I can go compare. Yeah, turning on VSync seems to have pretty much fixed that screen tearing, so that's cool. And this does look good. Like, it is, it's pretty much, this is going to be like a thing where I'm like, oh, it looks so much better. I'm not saying it looks, so much better. It might be pretty much the same. But, like, there are things that are certainly crisper. For example, the models. The sprites, rather. These are really nice. I didn't mean to choose the one with the Exusier. That is pure chance. But yeah, they look good. They're just high quality. They just look good. Oh. So you can still do the control-y thing. This feels more fluid as well. Like it got a bit laggy towards the end of the time using the BlueStacks. I ended up having to reinstall it a couple of times because of multiple crashes. But yeah, overall, it has the performance on this feels a bit better. I don't know if that's because it's up to 120 FPS. I don't know. I don't know what I normally played it on, but this just seems pretty fluid and good. So that is a positive. I don't know if you're seeing it. I do occasionally get a little like a few frames of lag every now and then. Like then there was just this weird pause before it actually went through. Oh, did I just put the wrong things on there? I think I did. Yeah, I clicked deselect all, didn't I? Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Just meant to do that. But yes, to me it really seems like certain icons and stuff have been redone in a higher resolution. And you can sort of see the ones that I don't think were. Like, I'm not sure this one was, but this circle looks a lot crisper to me. And I don't know if I'm just like splitting hairs here and how much of this has actually been improved. I'm not looked into it. But yeah, just some elements of this just look so much clearer. Also, because I've not really had a chance to talk about it, this thing of quickly giving duplicate clues is fantastic. However, I wish it took into account duplicates. I don't know why I can't give... Yeah, oh yeah, because you can't give these away. But I wish it would count ones that are sort of ones that you've got and ones that you've been given. Because here, like I've got 2 6s, one from me and one from someone else, but because I only have 1 6 of mine, 1 6 that can be given away, I can't give away the 6 automatically. I can do it manually, but normally I'd sort of give away my duplicate here because, you know, why wouldn't I use that one? So it seems a bit counterintuitive to count them as 2 separate things. For instances like this, where you've got one of yours and one of else. But it has also incentivized me not to use quick place until I have all 7, because that way, if you place the thing, it is no longer counted in here as a duplicate. Sorry, I'm going in and out of these a lot because I just like how quickly and fluidly they're doing it. Oh, it's Exusier again. Hello. I'm not following you. But yeah, this is also quite quick in comparison. This always had just that little bit of lag on it, whereas now it doesn't seem to have that. And it's a minor improvement, but when it's a thing that you do multiple times a day, you notice these little improvements. This is the first of the new levels, and we'll just see how this goes. And then this is a very small level as they go. So what that shoots, yeah, that shoots and damages stuff. So that's kind of smooth. I probably will end up turning these off. They can, like the little icons underneath that say the keys, that can be turned off in the settings, so I'll probably do that. Oh, it's almost too fluid. Like I'm used to a bit more lag on this. That's a weird thing to notice. Like I'm just used to there being a little bit. Oh, there's a hotkey for the skills. Sorry, I almost struggled to say the word skills. Then I was so blown away by it. But yeah, I didn't know there were hotkeys for skills and stuff. So let's have Sidoroka there. But yes, this is quite fluid and everything. It's a small level, so it's not to be... I keep saying fluid, I apologise for repeating myself, but yeah, this isn't a particularly intensive level. I'll see how it compares with a much busier level. Oh, that was a bit of lag just then. Oh, I almost leaked someone then, because Sidoroka only blocks 1. Oh well. Yeah, pressing E on the skill is pretty cool. I expect there was a short key for it before, but it's not one I knew about. Well, let's compare it to, because I've been farming the red certs recently. Let's see how it compares that level compares with a auto deploy of this one. So this one's a bit busier, it's got sort of more going on, more pieces moving, bit of lag there. It's got the environmental effects and stuff, so it's got a lot more that's sort of ticking. It's not running perfectly smoothly. I do keep getting these little bits of lag. I don't think there's anything else on my computer that could be doing that. I don't have anything else running. But like for ages I had to keep Arknights running because I was having like crashes, and Arknights was one of the only things stopping it from crashing. Until Arknights itself began to crash, and then I had to find a second thing to also run at the same time until I eventually just switched it out for Minecraft. And then just replaced my processor, and that fixed it. So anyway, my point is that Arknights was always an intensive game on BlueStacks, and I don't imagine that's completely changed. Like, this is overall running, I think, smoother, but it's still like, I still worry about the things that would always trigger crashes. So the game modes that would always make crashes were like the betting one, where the two sides of enemies fight and you bet on which side's going to win. The co-op sessions, game modes and stuff. All of these would almost always crash. So I think they're going to be the first real test of how well this client does in comparison with the emulator. So I'm looking forward to those. I'm also concerned, but yeah, I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic that this is going to be running better and should overall make things a nicer experience. I mean, it already looks prettier. The sprites do look crisper, more clear, and there isn't much change in resolution. So it's just, I don't know if they were improved or if it just looks better. But yeah, it does to me look better. So overall, I think the PC client is pretty cool. We will see how it does long term and with more demanding levels, more demanding game modes. Like I said, the real trial by Angelic Fire will be the co-op or the betting game mode, where it's really like it was a guaranteed crash. You might get through a few levels, but it will always crash. So I'm hoping that that is not the case, and if it is, I will count. Like, if it's not the case, I will count it as a victory, because I love this game, and not crashing is a plus. Low bar perhaps, but you know, I've got Exuciate. What more do I need? So thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of the PC client, if you've had any issues or if there's anything in particular, any additions or improvements that you think should be noted. I'm hoping they continue to improve it, like the stuff I've mentioned, additional options and settings and so on, which I think would improve it further. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe for more Arknights content, and I will catch you later.